The more you struggle, the more your story can inspire more people. I recently got into a negative headspace because I got on social media. Well, that was my first mistake. And I saw a post by someone that I truly do respect. Really successful entrepreneur, husband, father, business person, just an incredible human that I really admire and look up to. But he was reflecting on some of his early days of being an entrepreneur, and he certainly struggled and had challenges. But the place that I got caught up and I started to struggle with some negative thinking was when he talked about how at the age of 27, he sold one of his companies for $16 million. Now, $16 million for him 30-ish some years ago was a lot of money. But even today, you sell a business for $16 million, that's a lot of money. So regardless of the time or the era of this sale, that was a massively successful thing to do for anybody, but especially for someone as young as he was. And I saw that and I thought to myself, my gosh, I'm about to be 32 in a month and I haven't done that. Does that mean that I'm not as good as I thought I was, or I'm not as intelligent or as smart or as capable or as whatever it might be? I just was thinking to myself in a really negative place. I was thinking to myself, man, I haven't accomplished that yet. Who am I? Why have I not done that? I'm just not as good as this person. And that is such a terrible place to be, first and foremost. But secondly, the beauty of it is that it also reminded me when I shook myself awake with this new perspective, it's also important to remember that the more you struggle through your journey to eventually succeed, the better positioned you are to actually inspire, empower, and encourage other people. Because think about it this way. Let's take it to an extreme. Let's assume that there's someone, not you, not me, just someone who started a business in high school, and within 1 year of starting the business, they sold that company for $1 billion. They didn't do a lot of work. They didn't face a lot of adversity. There wasn't a lot of challenge or struggle. In fact, it was probably the easiest thing they'd ever done in their life. They built this company so quickly and swiftly and without any problems. They sold it for $1 billion, and now you're in the audience of a speech that they're giving to thousands of people about how they succeeded and how they achieved such an extraordinary success. How inspired would you be by this person's story? Probably not very inspired. And this is not a knock on that person, because certainly people do it. There are some people who they have such an incredibly brilliant idea and they have the right connections at the right time and everything comes together and they do something incredible like build $1 billion business in a year. I mean, I don't have any examples off the top of my head, but I'm sure that there are examples out there of people that just very quickly built something incredible and sold it incredibly quickly at a very young age. So my point is not to judge that person or belittle that person, because that is an incredible accomplishment. But for you and for me, it might not be that inspiring of a story because there was no struggle, there was no challenge, there was no adversity as far as we can tell in this specific example, at least the made-up example that I just gave you. If there's no struggle and there's no strife and there's no challenge, then there's not as much of a story. And the interesting thing is, pretty quickly after I saw the post about this individual that sold a business for $16 million at the age of 27, I then scrolled a bit further and saw a post by someone else that reminded me about story and the power of story, and that the most important, powerful, meaningful story happens through struggles. You see, the people that you and I, and most people are inspired by most have gone through the most challenge, the most difficulty, have faced the most adversity in their life. I remember talking to a friend not too long ago who was explaining to me about one individual that he knows who went through more challenge and adversity and struggle from the day this person was born than anyone else he's ever known in his life. And when he explained this person's challenges and struggles and adversity to me and how much he's accomplished so far in his life, he said, that person is the most inspiring person I've ever met. That person is the most inspiring person I've ever met. And the reason that person was the most inspiring person he had ever met was not because this person built $1 billion business or was the number one professional athlete in a given sport, or because they did anything incredible, uncommon, above and beyond anything else someone might do. But the thing that they did that was uncommon and incredible and above something someone might do was that they faced some incredible adversity and challenge and struggle in their life. And because this person faced greater, more uncommon struggle and challenge than anyone else that my friend had ever known or met or witnessed, that person became the most inspiring person that my friend has ever met. And so you, my friend, as you go through the challenges and the struggles of your life, remember that your life is meant to be an example for the people that you lead and serve and show up for in your life, whether it's your spouse or significant other or friends or children or community members or your clients or anyone else that you might serve or interact with. When you struggle more, when you go through more adversity and you face it head on and you move through it and you battle it and you make the effort to get through it and you come out the other side more refined and better and more capable, more able, and a better contributor, giving more value in the world, that struggle, that adversity is what makes you a valuable human. At least in terms of the message that you can share with the people that you have the chance to share that message with. And this doesn't mean that you have to be an inspirational, motivational speaker standing on stages or making content on social media for millions of other people to be an inspirational figure. It simply means that whoever you have the chance to reach with your life, with the example that you live, you have a chance to truly be an inspiration for other people. And that inspiration will increase with the more struggle and adversity and challenge that you face and go through and become refined by in your life. And so I simply wanted to make this message right now for you to remind you that the struggle in your life is for your good and for the ability to serve you on your journey so you can serve others. If you've got a servant heart, if you're someone that truly wants to use your life to be an inspiration and encouragement, an example of what's possible, then you have to embrace the struggle. You have to know that the struggle is part of the journey that allows you to be the kind of person that can inspire others. And I hope for you that you'll remember this and be reminded the next time you see somebody who's done an incredible feat by a very young age, much younger than you ever had, that you will just simply remember that it means your journey of struggle and challenge is still in process. And that means you are building up value as someone who can inspire others with your life, as someone who faced adversity and challenge and struggle and just kept going. And when you can be a person that chooses to just keep going through the struggle, through the challenge, to continue to see your vision, your dreams, and you pursue them and you chase them, and as you do that, you will be more refined and more capable of serving even more value to more people, and your story will be more valuable to even more people. So my friend, whatever you're going through, whatever challenges you are facing, whatever adversity is coming up against you today and in the coming weeks and months in this year, just know that you are becoming an even more valuable human for even more people. Your story is being developed to be even more inspiring, encouraging, and empowering for the people that you will have the blessing, the honor, the privilege, and pleasure of one day serving and inspiring with your message of your life. So my friend, just keep going, not just for yourself, but for your family and the people that you have the opportunity to inspire with your journey, along your journey. Just keep going. You got this.